Everybody wants to share the success when they're happy and successful, but nobody wants to share their failures, because when they're feeling like failure, they are in no position to collect their thoughts and process and understand why they are a failure. And because if they could, they wouldn't be in a position of failure. I've held myself in such position right now that I feel like I'm a complete failure in life, and I've done nothing. I don't deserve anything, and I don't believe in myself. And here are a couple of reasons that I think I am a failure. Inconsistency. Back in 2016, I started the YouTube channel. I really wanted to share technology with people, and I grew 4,000 subscribers in 1 month, and I made $1,500 in just 1 or 2 months. I didn't continue it. I don't know why, but I didn't continue it. That was stupidity. At the lack of consistency, lack of persistence within me made me discontinue, and I regret that the most. I have I've started so many projects in I really wanted to become an entrepreneur. I've started so many projects in my life, and I haven't pursued it as an entrepreneur. I just created it as a creation. I didn't really think that I could be someone who could have those projects be labeled as some successful, because I never saw myself in that position that I am the one who created something which has been so much successful. Losing my ideologies. I'm in the position right now. I've always took myself out of misery because I've had my own ideologies to stand by, to make an argument. So every person has their own ideology to stand for, to make an argument. To there are the pillar. The ideology is a pillar of their life. It might have come from experiences, might have come from reading books, might have come from having guru or someone to mentor them. Having those firm ideologies, I have literally lost them. Back in the day, I really had firm ideologies which I would use to argue, not just argument, to make proper decisions. I would use those ideology, but right now I've lost it. And lack of proper wisdom creating ideologies has resulted into me making me feel like I'm a complete failure. Okay, unable to ask what I deserve. So I'm afraid of asking for money, because every time I create something, I really think that it is not good enough, and I really think that someone else could have done that better than me. And me being judge of my own work, I would put myself so much down that I think that's just not worth it, and resulting me into thinking that it whatever amount that I'm asking, or whatever that I'm asking for, it could have been done so much more by someone else. But so me resulting into thinking that it's not worth that value, it results into me being hesitant of asking for the money in the first place. Preconcluding a no. Overthinking and accepting a no even before someone had said no to me. So in life, what I am doing is that I overthink around certain things, so much so that before even executing or asking someone about the question, I would think that they are going to reject me, and pre-concluding a no from the other side, and I would not even ask that in the first place, and me resulting in not trying at all. uh, what I've been doing in life is that I just look for a slight no from the other person, and I would think that that is the start of rejection, and I would take that as a no. Even the slightest hint of no, even if it could be no from them, I do not know that it's a good thing or bad thing to pre-conclude a no as soon as I get a small sign from them. I don't know how the world works. I don't know I should keep trying towards someone, or I do not know how the world works. Imposter syndrome. Whatever I create, I really think that it could have been done better by someone else, and I'm really afraid of my work being exposed to other people, because if I think if other people sees what I've made or what I've done, I really think that they would think that what I've made is either a copy of someone, or it's just not good enough, and I'm really afraid of their criticism, resulting me into thinking that I'm a complete scam and I'm really fake. So every time I create something, I really feel like I'm an imposter, I'm a scam. I have set a very high bar for myself. So every time I'm doing something or creating something or working on something, I have set such a high bar of from my own self of expectation that I would not even start executing something, because I think that I wouldn't be able to achieve that level of the success that I've imagined myself in whatever creation or whatever startup or whatever anything that I've imagined. Having set such a high bar for my own self, I I I've had too much of too much I'm expecting too much from myself. So such a high bar. Perfectionism. I am addicted to perfectionism in such a way that where every time I'm making something, I would polish it so much that I would just keep on perfectioning it. For example, creating this video, I would really think that it has to be some next level, so that I would just keep procrastinating it, and I would procrastinate it so much so that I would never even put it out in the world for other people to see. So, yeah. Another reason that I have failed in life is that an ego that I have to do everything by myself, and I'm afraid to give work to the other people. At the same time, I think that all that is to be done is all to be done by myself, and me resulting into not collaborating with other people, not working with other people, not hiring other people, because I would think that I am the only one who is capable of doing that. I think I'm afraid of people with money, and to ask for money, that I've already covered. But I really wanna point out that in my life I have been afraid of people who seem like they are on such a level. Maybe it is my anxiety, or I don't know what it is, but what I really think is that I'm afraid of the people with money, because I really think that they are entitled to something. And what I really do in life is that if I'm working with someone, or someone like an employer, someone who I'm working for them, I really just become a yes man to them. So whatever they say, I would do it, rather than standing up for myself. And even though I know better than them in some context or whatever that I'm doing, I would really not just I would not take a stand for myself. Shut the fuck up, please, for once and all. I'm afraid to ask for help. I have failed in creating things in my life, and I know people who can help me. Even if I've hired people, even if my employees, I'm afraid to give them work. I don't know. I'm afraid to take the steps ahead. I do not know why. I'm afraid to give them work or distribute work. Maybe it is my lack of understanding how team management work. I'm like lack of distribution works. I might have my blind spots around workspace. I might have blind spots around how things work. That's where I have failed to execute. I have tried many times to gather people to work with me. I also think that often that why would anyone choose to work with me? Who am I? What kind of person they would want to? What am I? Am I good enough to be considered as a mentor, or am I good enough to be considered as someone who people like to work with? And I'm always afraid of giving, yeah, this. Number one thing I really think that I've failed in life is because I don't believe in myself. I really think that something must have happened in my childhood that I think that I cannot imagine myself as some rich person in a very rich. It's not about the money, but it's about imagination, that I cannot imagine myself in a rich place or with a lavish car. uh, I think that even because that I cannot imagine myself in that position. I would not pursue money in that way. I would not pursue anything that way. So that is the reason I think I don't believe in myself. I don't believe that I should be with that person, because there must be someone else way better than me for them. uh, I don't. The reason I really wanted to make this video, I wanted to try out my new camera, Sony A6400. Let me know what are the camera. Fuck this.